All right, welcome back, everyone. It's been a while since I recorded anything, but YouTube reminded me that they will shut me down unless I post some content. All right, so here I am. I'm back again. And today, what I realized is that a lot of people are asking me, how do I get more of an advanced sound? And the reality of it is to get more of an advanced sound, you got to master your basic triads. You got to learn how to play dominant seventh chords, how to extend those dominant seventh chords to play dominant ninths, 11ths, and 13ths, and then how to alter them, and then how it's applied. And there's 3 ways specifically that these types of chords are applied in gospel music. So I'm going to do a series on this. It's kind of like a dominant chord masterclass, if you will. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So first things first, you got to learn how to play the dominant seventh chord. A dominant seventh chord is simply the 1, 3, 5, and flatted seventh. So if I wanted to play a C dominant seventh, I'd play C, E, and G, right? So 1, 3, 5, which is C, E, and G, and the flatted seventh, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be this B. I'm going to flat that and come up with a B flat. So 1, 3, 5, and flatted seventh. That's going to give me my dominant seventh chord, right? And that's fine to play it like this. You can play it the full way, and it's different inversions. So root inversion, first inversion, second inversion, and third inversion, right? You can do that, that's fine. But what oftentimes we do in gospel music is we'll play the root, the third, and the flatted seventh, right? Root, third, and flatted seventh. And so that gives you still that dominant seventh sound. All right, so you can play root, third, and flatted seventh. You want to learn this in all 12, keys. So C dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. D flat dominant seventh, 1, 3, and flatted seventh. D dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. All right. E flat dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. E dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. F dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. F sharp or G flat dominant seventh is 1, 3, flatted seventh. G dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. A flat dominant seventh, I'm gonna move it down here. 1, 3, flatted seventh. A dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. B flat dominant seventh, 1, 3, flatted seventh. Okay. There it is. So that's your dominant seventh chords, right? And then B dominant seventh is 1, 3, flatted seventh. All right, so you can play it that way, or you can just play the tritone in your left hand. So the tritone, if you look at that dominant seventh chord, 1, 3, flatted seventh, right? C dominant seventh. The tritone is just the third, which is E, and the flatted seventh, which is B flat. You play that together, and you're going to get a tritone, okay? And what you can do is think, the root was C. Now I know that I can play a C major in my right hand, so C, E, and G, and I play that tritone that goes along with it in my left hand. It's going to give me a nice dominant seventh sound, okay? And then I can start playing around with the inversions in my right hand. So you want to master this particular voicing, okay? Now a quick way to find that flatted seventh is just think a whole step below the root. So 1, 3, 5. What's the flatted seventh? It's just a whole step below my root, which is B flat. Okay, so that's a quick way to find that flatted seventh, right? And so the tritone for a C major chord is the tritone that uses a whole step down, which is B flat. Tritone, 3 whole steps apart from each other. So if I know that the root is here, the flatted seventh is here, I can find the tritone by either going up or down 3 whole steps. So 1, 2, 3, right? It gives me the E, or I can go up 1, 2, 3 whole steps. All right, so that's how you find your tritone. So anyways, we covered the full voicing, right? 1, 3, 5, flatted seventh. We identified that you can leave out the fifth and just play the 1, 3, and flatted seventh. And now we're working on just playing the third and the flatted seventh. So we're really scaling it apart and breaking it down. So you want to learn all of your dominant seventh voicings this way, which is just the root triad, major triad in your right hand. So if I want to play C dominant seventh, play C major in your right hand. Left hand plays the tritone that goes along with it. We already identified as a whole step down, right? Or the third and the flatted seventh of that chord. So now I'm just going to move it up. That's your C dominant seventh. Your D flat dominant seventh is D flat major in your right hand. Find the tritone that goes along with that, which is that B. And I know if I do 3 whole steps up or down from there, I'm playing the B and the F, okay? And again, that's like your root, third, flatted seventh. I'm just not going to play the root there. All right, so that's your D flat dominant seventh. D dominant seventh looks like this. There's your D triad, left hand. You're gonna play the tritone that goes along with it. Okay? Want to learn that E flat dominant 7th. E flat major, right? The tritone that goes along with that is here. So I'm just going to play that. Alright, E dominant 7th. You get your E major. Right? Tritone that goes along with it is D and A flat. So I can play it either there or there. Gotta master that, okay? F. F major here. Tritone that goes along with that F major. Here's the root so you can see it better. It's E flat and A. Alright. G flat dominant 7th is G flat major, right? Play the tritone that goes along with that. I'm thinking E, right? Find the second note of that tritone. Right? All of that's a nice way to get that G flat dominant 7th sound, right? G dominant 7th is G and B. It's G, B, and D is G major. Play the tritone that goes along with that is F and B. All of that works, okay? A flat dominant 7th, A flat major. The dominant 7th is there. C, G flat, right? That gives you that A flat dominant 7th sound. A dominant 7th, you have A major, right? A whole step down from A is G. So that's G and D flat, right? Alright, B flat dominant 7th is B flat major. Right, play the tritone that goes with that. So a whole step down is A flat and D. And you can play around with the inversions of this. Okay? And that sounds good. B dominant 7th is B major. Right? I play it down here. B, E flat, and G flat. Right? The tritone that goes along with this B is go down a whole step. Right? And then find 3 whole steps up or down from that note. So 3 whole steps down is 1, 2, 3. So put it all together. So now you're looking at A and E flat with that B major. Alright, so that's a way that you can voice your dominant 7th chords. 3 different ways. You can play the full thing, right? Which is 1, 3, 5 and flat at 7th. You can leave out the 5, so then you have just the 1, 3 and the flat at 7th. Or you can just play the tritone, which is E flat, which is E and B flat in this case, but it's really just the 3rd and the flat at 7th of your chord. And in addition to this, you can start playing, you can double it in your right hand. So I didn't cover this, but what you can do to fatten this up is while you're playing the full chord in your left hand, you can always play the root as a major triad. So C major, that's going to give you a fat dominant 7th chord, right? Or you can leave out the 5th here and play that C major, right? Or you can just play the flat at 3rd and or you can just play the 3rd and the flat at 7th. Alright, so that's what I do when I'm playing dominant 7th chords, right? Now let's build the vocabulary here. You can extend this. Dominant 7th, the next extension up is dominant 9th, right? So 1, 3, 5, 7. If I keep counting up the scale, 8, 9. Right? So that's how you find your dominant 9th chord. You're just going to add the 9 to what you already have. So I can play the full dominant 9th chord, C, E, G, B flat, and D. But that's not how I think about dominant 9ths. This is what I do. It's kind of like a hack, right? I think, okay, the 5th of my dominant 7th chord is G, right? In this case, the 5th of a C dominant 7th is G. So what I'm thinking in my right hand is play a G minor chord, G, B flat, and D, with the C, E, and G in my left hand. And guess what? It gives me that dominant 9th chord. So I'm not thinking play C, E, G, B flat, and D. I'm thinking play the 5th of the dominant chord I want to form in my right hand and make that a minor triad. So G minor here, and then my left hand, I'm going to either play this full, the C, E, G, and B flat, or I can play the 1, 3 flat at 7th, right? Or I can just do the triad. Oftentimes I don't just do the triad. I like to do the root, 3rd, and flat at 7th. But what this does is it opens up an opportunity. I don't have to just play it like this. I can play around with the inversions of that G minor chord in my right hand, and it sounds pretty cool, right? So that's all I'm doing here. Okay, I'm playing like, you can even look at this as a major 1, right, in your left hand, and the 5 as a minor chord in your right. So 1 major in your left, 5 minor in your right, and that gives you your dominant 9th chord. Alright, so let's say I want to do a 5-1-4 progression. We know the 5 is probably going to be minor of some sort. 5, right? Now when I go to the 1, I can use this dominant chord, and it takes me to the 4. We'll talk about applications later, all right? I don't want to jump too far ahead. But anyways, how do I voice my dominant ninths? I'm thinking play 1, 3, flat 7. In my left hand, right hand, play the 5 as a minor triad, okay? Or I'm thinking play 1 as a major, 5 as a minor. All right, so that's your dominant ninth chord. So you have C dominant ninth. You want to learn all 12 of these. D flat dominant ninth is 1, right? In your left hand, 5 in your right. So 1, 3, 5 is A flat. So play A flat minor. So you can think about it like that, or you can think 1, 3, flat at 7 with that 5 as a minor. Okay, same thing with D. 1, 3, flat at 7. The 5 is A, so we play A minor. Right? E dominant ninth, 1, 3, flat at 7, right? The 5 is B flat, so I play B flat minor. And that works. E is 1, 3, flat at 7th, so I play the B as a minor. Okay. F dominant ninth is 1, 3, flat at 7th. The 5 is C, so play C minor. Okay. G flat dominant 7th is 1, 3, flat at 7. So I'm going to play the 5, which is D flat, as a minor. Alright. G is 1, 3, flat at 7. I'm going to play the 5, which is D, as a minor. D, F, and A. Alright. A flat is 1, 3, flat at 7. So I'm going to play the 5, which is E flat, as a minor. Alright, A is 1, 3, flat at 7. So I'm going to play the 5, which is E as a minor. Alright, so that's my A dominant ninth. B flat, 1, 3, flat at 7. Alright, the 5 is F, so I'm going to play F minor in my right hand. Alright, the B is 1, 3, flat at 7. The 5 is F sharp or G flat, so I'm going to play that as a minor. Alright, so that's different ways to voice your dominant ninth chords, alright? So far we covered the dominant 7th, the dominant ninth. Now for the dominant 11th, I'm going to use the same framework. I'm going to play the 1, 3, flat at 7th, but this time I'm going to go a whole step below my root. So the root is C, a whole step below that is B flat, right? So I'm thinking play a B flat major over this chord, okay? B flat major is B flat, D, and F. So I just went down a whole step below the root of the dominant chord that I'm forming. So if I want to find a C dominant 11th really fast, I'm thinking play the 1, 3, flat at 7th in my left. Go down a whole step below the root, which is B flat, and play that as major. B flat, D, and F. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, it gives you a lot of tension, so oftentimes we alter this chord. We'll talk about that later though, alright? Right now I just want to give you the basic extensions and hacks that I use to find these extended voicings pretty quickly. Alright, so 1, 3, flat at 7th, whole step down is B flat major. Alright, if I want to play the D flat dominant 11th, then I play 1, 3, flat at 7th, whole step down from D flat is B, so I play B major. Alright, and we'll do all 12. D dominant 11th is 1, 3, flat at 7th. Whole step down from D is C, so play C major. Alright. E flat dominant 11th is 1, 3, flat at 7. Whole step down from E flat is D flat. Play that as a major chord. D flat, F, and A flat. E dominant 11th, right? You have your E, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, flat at 7th. This time I'm going to go down a whole step from E is D. Play that as a major chord. F dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th. Whole step down from F is E flat, so play E flat major over that. E flat, G, and B flat. Alright, we'll keep going. G flat, dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th, right? Whole step below that is E, so play E major. E, A flat, and B. Okay. G dominant 11th is 1, 3, flat at 7th. Go down a whole step is F, right? So play F major. E, G, or G dominant 11th chord. Alright, A flat dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th. Whole step below A flat is G flat major. Alright, A dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th. Whole step below A is G, so play G major. Alright, B flat, dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th, go a whole step below the B flat is A flat, play that as a major. Alright, and then B dominant 11th, 1, 3, flat at 7th, go a whole step below the B is A. Right, so you play A major, A, D flat, and E. Alright, and that's all your dominant 11th chords. Alright, now we can do something similar to find our 13ths. To find the 13ths, you play the 6 as a minor. So let's say I want to play a C dominant 13th. I play 1, 3, flat at 7. What is the 6th note or the 6th tone of a C major scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is A. So what I'm thinking is find the 6 and make it a minor triad. A, C, and E. Right? Because if I keep counting, I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the 13th. Right? So you can play it out full like this, or what you can do is take the 5 out of your left hand and then find the 6 in your right and make that a minor chord, A minor. Okay? So I play the A minor on my right hand on top of the framework for my dominant chord. It gives me a dominant 13th sound, which is nice. Alright, and that's how you do it. So let's go and find all of these. So that was the C dominant 13th. D flat dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of D flat is B flat. Play B flat minor. Alright. D dominant 13th, 1, 3 flat at 7th. Find the 6 of D, which is B. Play B as a minor. Alright. E flat dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of E flat is C. So play C minor. Alright. E dominant 13th is E, 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of E is D flat or C sharp. Right, so let's play C sharp or D flat minor and you're right. Alright, F is 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of F is D, so play D minor, D, F, and A. G flat dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of G flat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is E flat. Play that as a minor. Alright. G dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of G is E, so play E minor. Alright, there you go. A dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. Find the 6 of A flat, A flat dominant 13th is A flat, 1, 3 flat at 7th. Find the 6 of A flat, which is F. Play that as a minor. Alright, A dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th, right? Find the 6, and that's F sharp. Play that as a minor. B flat dominant 13th, 1, 3 flat at 7th. The 6 of that is G. Play that as a minor. Right, and then B dominant 13th is 1, 3 flat at 7th. Find the 6 of B, which is A flat or G sharp. Play that as minor. Alright, and then you're back at the 1, which is the C. I'm just starting there. Alright, so that's how you form your dominant chords, right? So you want to master all of those, learn all of those dominant 7th, 9th, 11th, and 13th. I promise you, if you take the time to learn this, right, it's going to be a blessing to you when we start talking about how this can get applied. The 3 different ways specifically that these chords are typically applied in gospel music, and then we'll take it a step further and we'll start to alter these chords in some quick ways to alter them, like the sharp 9, the flat 13, and all of that good stuff. Alright, so I hope this is a blessing to you. Check me out at kmtcpro.com for more lessons just like this. That way I will help you to not stay stuck where you are and to push past those plateaus.